everybody, it's the one and only Paper Boy. And I want to welcome y'all to another episode of Sneaker Talking with Paper Boy. And today we have a special guest, my little bruh, Dub, aka Set Trip Shorty. And we will be covering a bunch of things today, like 3 upcoming releases, Bape talk, BBC talk, Air Force One talk, and the Shane Scott story. And I can't wait to get into that. So we just gonna kick this thing off by saying shout out to True Oakland for letting us use their facility to shoot this dope ass show for y'all. The address to them is 3199 Lakeshore Ave, right here in the heart of Oakland. And let's get into it. So we just gonna kick it off like this. The iconic Air Force One. Pass me that white king, little bro. We're gonna talk about this iconic Air Force One. And this is not just the basic Air Force One. This is the Loverboy edition, the Drake edition with the nice tumble leather. But one thing about the Air Force One, this is the only shoe that has a great selling history that Nike has put zero money into as far as marketing. I don't think this shoe has any marketing bucks, yet alone a commercial. But to me, this is such an iconic sneaker because this is just a basic shoe that'll get the job done. Nowadays, they call these things throwaways. Shout out to everybody that got a different name for them, like New York, the Uptowns, you know, we call them the Coke White Forces. Some other cats call them different names, but as far as us Bay Area niggas, we call them Coke White Forces. And you know, playing this sneaker game for about 25 plus years, I was never a big Air Force One fan. I was heavy into the Jordans and all the other type of shoes, the Air Trainers and whatnot. But as we get older in this game, we start to mature. And I'm leaving the Jordan game because I feel like these are just more of a mature platform. So I'm just diving deep into the Air Force One era now. But these have saved a lot of us during high school era because some of us could only afford these things. I think the price of these is like about $120 now. They used to be cost $80, and they just rose quick. And these, I believe, cost like, if I'm not mistaken, like $200 or $215 because they come with a pack of beads, like a friendship bracelet, tumble leather, and on the front is hearts instead of stars. Right here on the heels, it's a bunch of stars, and it says "Love You Forever" right here on the midsole towards the heel. And these are the official Drake Air Force Ones. You know, he run with the Nike spinoff called Nocta, N-O-C-T-A. But this year, they've been dropping a lot of forces. I know they had dropped these, the Kobe's, and they did a special LA exclusive edition where it looked just like this, but instead of the white, it was black. Then during Christmas, they had dropped these Bathing Ape Air Force lookalikes because there was patent leather and they had about two-tone, either 3 colors or 2 colors, but I think they were a 2-tone shoe, like powder blue and blue, and like a fire orange and another like spin-off orange. And I thought those shoes are very unique. It gave me the Bathing Ape feel. And shout out to Lil Yachty because he's working on his shoe. I don't want to say he had an official drop with the Concrete Boys Air Force One. Let me see this, little bro. But we saw in pictures from the net, he had like a Rastafarian color, and he said he was inspired by the Bathing Apes during the color tones of the shoe. And they got like a little stick figure with a guy with a hammer like this on the back of the heel. Some people dislike the shoe, saying, oh, he could have did more. But you know, like I said, when you get to this age and this level, we can definitely look at Air Forces as a mature level sneaker. And that's how I kind of like solidify the Air Force One in my universe. So check this out. I mentioned Bathing Ape. Bathing Ape dropped in about 1993 by this designer hip hop fan named Nigel. Pharrell was getting a bunch of jewelry done by a cat named Jacob the Jeweler, which was at one point the top ranked hip hop jeweler. Shout out to Jacob the Jeweler. And it was this cat with a bunch of money, he said, and he was just getting every piece that Pharrell was doing, but crazy bigger. And Pharrell was like, huh? What you talking about, Jacob? They're like, yeah, this Asian dude come in here asking to do all your pieces but bigger. You gotta meet bro. And he was like, where? And so he ended up linking up with bro. And I think he had flew to Japan and linked up with bro, and Brennan speaking on English. Pharrell just remember walking into, I want to say his design lab or his crib, and had a bunch of Air Force One lookalikes because the Bape is the Air Force One platform. And it just had crazy color tones in it. And it was like two of the same shoes but different color tones. Like it would be pink, blue, yellow. Another shoe would be yellow, pink, blue. And he just thought that shit was so incredible. Then they ended up linking up real tough, and boom, Bathing Ape was introduced to us heavy, on a heavy tip by Pharrell, but just back it up some. This the Bathing Ape platform was a real heavy platform for us street dudes. Those who had the internet was kind of introduced to this at an early wave around 1999, 2000, which was NikeTalk.com. My first introduction to, we call them the eBay Bapes, because that was like orange, yellow, blue, patent leather, and a different color. My partner Warhan had shown me, and I'm like, what is them? Them look like Air Forces. He was like, they is like Air Forces, but they more expensive and more exclusive. And about that word exclusive, the reason why the streets will, the fashionable street niggas will always hold Bathing Ape close to their heart, I'm gonna tell you why. Because Bape was the first exclusive street item to hit the hood and just hit the streets heavy. There was different things like Mastermind, and different other Japanese brands like that. And this just stood out different because the hip hop game was bubbling heavy and the street fashion was like at an all-time high rise. And when G to the Snowman came out and he said that one line, Evizu jeans with the Bathing Apes, and that just gave the streets an extra click on what is that. And that's when the super bootlegs just happened, and it was just a crazy time. And then Soulja Boy was coming out and he was like, you just mad at me because I got me some Bathing Apes. And Bape was the thing, man. They had a great run. There is a guy, I forgot his name, but I want to say he's following me, and he pretty much runs the head of Bape US. I need you to holler at me because I'm one of the ones that need to be advocating for Bape right now. 2 reasons. Because I'm a big Bape fan. The other reason, I'm really him. Him for real. Y'all need me. I need y'all, so let's link up and put some cool shit out for the streets. So, we're going to talk about when Kanye West was on his Bape hiatus. There's a famous photo that I made a t-shirt out of. It was when Kanye West had walked into the Bape store, and this was college dropout Polo Kanye. He done tried every single Bathing Ape shoe that they had in stock and had it scattered all over the floor. And I used that photo and I said, I think the t-shirt said, college dropout, chase your dreams. And that's just such an iconic photo. And from during that time, he linked up with Nigo and the Bape clique, and they had gave us this, which is one of the most sought after Bapes right now, which is the college dropout. I had this guy knock on my door late night, 10 o'clock at night, and he wanted to sell me something. And he had brought these in. I didn't know that these Bapes were non-wearable. So when I had them, they were in a 9 out of 10 condition. I paid $800 for these, which these are now just a great store piece for my display for y'all to look at. But this is the iconic college dropout Bathing Ape sneaker, which is about 8,000 to 15,000 for a pair of these, man. Anybody has a pair out there that it's no way you could wear these. You got a DS pair, my best advice to you is just put them on ice and display them, bro, because they're gonna crack all through here, so separating, it's over. It's just a great piece to remember, look at, and just, that's it, that's all. But Bape, they really had an iconic run, man. This particular color right here was when Pharrell had came on 106 in Park. Him and the whole NERD gang. This is actually a DS pair. Dead stock pair. So got the dust on it. Damn. But yeah, you can check these out. You probably just type in Google 106 in Park Pharrell Bapes. These are the same exact ones right here. Crazy. We call these the McDonald's Bapes. Stupid. I'm not the biggest Bape fan, but when it comes to Bape, I am a very big Bape fan, if that makes sense. I also want to give a shout out to my partner, Franslation. Franslation has to be one of the most biggest Bathing Ape fans that has a lot of knowledge with it. He once ran with this sandal company called Sandal Boys. That's how I met bro. But if I'm not mistaken, quote me if I'm wrong, Franslation was the first dude to ever start doing sneaker reviews. I swear to G.O.D. himself. And he also, he got a crazy Bape collection. Back in the day, around 2002, it was a spot, 2002, 2003, a spot in Burlingame called Hazard Shoes. We all had cut school and we had hopped in the car with my partner Kit. And we had went to Hazard Shoes, and I remember seeing some green and black Bathing Apes up there. And that was like 300, 250, 400, a bunch of other Bapes up in there. And like I said, we didn't really know too much knowledge about the Bapes, but little do we know that was going to be an iconic shoe. And one thing about Bape, they are very creative, man. They did this one collection called Marvel versus DC. Right here, this is an original pair. These called the Thors. This was from Marvel Comics right here. They had a bunch of these. They had the Flashes, the Batmans. They had Captain America, Cyclops, Hulks. What's her name? The Human Torch. I want to say they had the Thing. And a bunch of other joints, right? I just can't think of off the top, but I just thought that their packaging was just like an action figure. Oh, they had the Silver Surfers too. The Cyclops right here, which is the DS pair. Let me see that pair on the bottom. Cause I want to show the bottom right here. Yeah, I want to show the people this right here. I want to show y'all. This is the DS pair right here. There's no way in hell that you're going to be able to wear these. Like I said, when y'all see a pair like this, just cherish it and just display it. But yeah, these were the Cyclops and these were the Thors. A great shoe. Packaging was crazy. Just like a straight action figure from Target. Crazy. So also with Bape, they got this iconic print called the Bape Camel print, which is this right here. And this one I'm a sucker for. I'm a sucker for Bathing Ape accessories and Bathing Ape Camel. I'm actually looking for anybody that work at the Bape store, right? I need you to contact me off this because I need to buy that Bape couch y'all got at all the stores. I need to buy that Bape sectional carpet. Let's discuss something and let's get it in, alright? Please contact me. I got a good offer you can't refuse. But yeah. So, back to the story. When Pharrell had linked up with Nigo, right? He was just so inspired by his Air Force One knockoff or Air Force One inspiration. And all this bathing ape clothing was going back and forth, and it was just like blam, boom, boom. So then they had linked up, and then they had created their own clothing brand called BBC Ice Cream. And for the black community, that ain't never been a thing for us because we was still baggy clothes hip hop era. It was some black people because they was on that skate tip, and that rock star skater look was starting to evolutionize and bubble. Niggas had took that side of the fence. Straight legs, the fitted t-shirts. We was still 3Xing. We was still size 38 jeans. We was still baggy jean era. And when that era happened, they had gave us a brand called Ice Cream and BBC, which I always thought was the American version of Bape. Plus, it wasn't as small because Bape was just built for Japanese people. But that was my thought what BBC and Ice Cream was. These was the Irisons that dropped a couple years ago. This was the European color. The purple one was the American one, and the red one was China. I actually had all three. I actually gave little brother a pair, the purple pair. But these is the legendary Question Irisons, which is an iconic sneaker. And it's a lot of people that don't really got no true sauce. They're just true followers. So when it comes to sneakers, a person with true sauce won't put anything on. I don't got nothing against no sneaker company. A New Balance, had them in the 6th grade. A Bape, a Reeboks, a Fila. I just had the stack houses when my brother asked for them. Threw him the stack houses just off GP. But a nigga with true sauce gonna make anything and everything work, and that's me. But enough of this bathing ape talk. I want to talk about a couple shoes that's coming up next. We're gonna say this shoe for last. But right here, every February, you listen to every February, Jordan or Nike Air Force One decides to drop a Valentine's sneaker. And this year is a Valentine's Jordan 3. And the retail on these joints is 200 big bucks. They come like with a little jewel right here. Again, satin. Look like it's probably like some type of lingerie type feeling right here. Some type of satin. A little jewel right here for the little lace lock. I see it's like foil right here where the elephant print is at. And on the bottom is like a clear sole. Nothing too crazy. Nothing on the rear. Heel tab inside. Ain't nothing too crazy. Just a nice Valentine's sneaker. So if you really love your girl and y'all into sneakers, make sure to cop her a pair of these. Tell them Pape sent you. Alright. So that's just sneaker number one. And right here, we gonna call these. Here you go, little bro. So right here, these are called the Lucky Jordan 3s. So y'all probably thinking like, damn, Jordan just be naming his shoes anything. Let me tell you something. About these. 1983, Jordan has led the North Carolina hoop team to a championship. And that was considered his lucky shorts. So during his NBA rookie years, he would wear those shorts under his Chicago Bull shorts. Could have been a Portland Trailblazer pair of shorts, but they obviously trade Jordan to the Chicago Bulls. But that's why they call these the Lucky Jordan 3s, because he would wear those 1983 championship North Carolina shorts underneath his Chicago Bulls shorts. And now they gave us these Jordan 3s called the Lucky Shorts. So if you're ever wondering why they call them that, this is what they is. This is what they is, bruh. Here go a closer look right here. Zero cement print. Just a straight nubuck toe box. A aged midsole. Little Carolina blue right there. The tongue looked very different, interesting. It says something like Air Jordan XL 87, 88. Well, I'm going to tell you what 87 to 88 was. Somewhere in February, All-Star Weekend, Black History Month 2, is when Jordan jumped from the free throw in 1988. So that's what I'm thinking, why they got that 87, 88 up in here. Yeah, I'm talking about. And quick knowledge, the Jordan 3 was their first retro Jordan to ever drop in 1994. But the first release for them was 1988. You understand me? Gee golly. Gee golly. Now, this shoe right here, I wanted to say the best for last. Check it out. I've been waiting for this shoe for a very long time, and I had got gifted by my Nike Angel. So if you're gonna watch this episode, Nike Angel of mine, please show yourself and acknowledge that I am very appreciative to you. But I got a phone call from my people saying we got those too, and guess what? I had to do a review. This shoe right here, this iconic sneaker right here, yes, the Air Max Up Tempo 1995. God damn it. This is a top 3 dope boy Nike. A top 3 dope boy Nike, must I repeat? Real quick, y'all wondering what is a dope boy Nike? A dope boy Nike is a chunky, beefy sneaker that pretty much dropped during the 80s and 90s era. They got the name because the dope boy that was making all the money outside was getting all the fly sneakers that was dropping. And Nike Air Sensations, the Command Forces, the Up-Tempos, the Reggie Miller Up-Tempos, the Neon 1995 Air Maxes, the Jordan Cement 3s, 88s, the Jordan 4s, those are all considered dope boy Nikes. The Dennis Rodmans, the CB4s, the C34s, and it's just a conglomerate. The Griffeys, the Cool Water 1s, the Griffey 2s, the Barry Sanders, the list go on, man. The Bo Jacksons, the Diamond Turfs, the Deion Sanders. It's a lot. But that's what a dope boy sneaker is. A dope boy Nike, to be exact. A dope boy Nike is that, just the beefy sneaker from that era. And this particular shoe right here was definitely the first Nike that had a full air bubble around the whole sole. Back in the day, the shoe retailed at, I want to say, 125, 130, but now they're up at 160. So definitely not a expensive sneaker, and the release date for these is definitely on March 9th. These iconic sneakers, one of my favorite top 3 dope boy sneakers, the Air Max Up Tempo 95s will be releasing on March 9th. And I hope you guys also enjoy this sneaker as much as I do, because this sneaker, it's very monumental. Now, the first time I saw this sneaker was in 1995, Yaloa Elementary, recess time, around 9:30 a.m. It had to be. I had a partner of mine named Shane Scott. Shane Scott I met in kindergarten. We had the same teacher named, her name was, I forgot her name, but she was a wonderful teacher. And I just thought of something, because she was so nice to us, and that's where I had met my partner Shane Scott at, from kindergarten all the way up until this day now. He has to be one of my oldest friends in my friend book. And he's not even my friend no more. Shane has leveled up to be my cousin, him and his brother Dylan. But back to the story about Shane Scott. The nigga had walked to say what's up to me recess time, and I'm like, what is them, bruh? And he told me these are David Robinsons. And Shane was so knowledgeable. He was Sports Center before there was a Sports Center, because this nigga knew everything about every sneaker. I wasn't even watching basketball at this time. I didn't have the glory of sitting down with my pops, because my pops chose the streets like the average black man in the inner city household. I didn't have an uncle to show me what hoops was, because also he was either running the streets or in jail, because there was a lot of money being made around the 90s coming out the 80s. But this nigga had a lot of knowledge, and he didn't have a pops neither, or an uncle. His grandmother had raised him. And shout out and rest in peace to Hansie. Shane told me that these was the David Robertson sneakers, and I was like, who the f is that? I didn't know nothing about hoops, but them David Robertsons are cool. We knew who Jordan was, but we didn't know what Jordan did, if that makes sense. We just knew him because the dope boys would have these sneakers, and that's who popularized them. And that's not up for debate or no argument. Now back to Shane Scott. So Shane Scott was being raised by his grandmother. So this was the coldest thing about this motherfucker. This nigga would come to school with a new pair of shoes every single day of the week. So when we come back to school, we get one pair of sneakers. There'd be 5 of us. He might get the Iversons, I get the Jordan 12s, he get the up-tempos, he get the Barry Sanders, and he get the Deion Diamond Turfs. And here comes Shane. Monday. Shane got these on? Up-tempo 95s? Tuesday come. Iverson. I'm like, what is them, bro? Oh, these Allen Iversons, bro. Reeboks with the honeycombs up in it. I said, them hard. Wednesday. Patent leather Jordan 11s. Bruh, how? What are those? Oh, these are Conquerors, bruh. These Jordans. Thursday come. What is them? These King Griffeys, bro. Friday come. Big AIR up tempos. I said, bruh. But his grandma was so cold, she even had the all-white AIRs up tempo. And if I'm not mistaken, their little sister had a pair of them. But rest in peace to Hansie for just blessing my man with all these sneakers and just introducing me to the game, because every time I see this shoe, I think of my cousin Shane. And I love Shane to death. Him and his brother Dylan Scott, they stayed around the corner from my grandma's house, 261 House. They stayed on Mount Vernon. We had a lot of friendship history. I'm talking about great history. Nerf ball, one fly up, freeze tag, everything, 2-on-2s, just everything, bro. Great childhood memories, man. I'm talking about to the fact where we spending hours downstairs in the den playing Sega Genesis. This was NBA Jam era, Mortal Kombat 3 era, man. Great memories, man. But yeah, that's the Shane Scott story I want to tell y'all, man. And I just want to say again, anything you want to tell him, little bro? You straight?
With all this fashion, all these things around, stay in the game. Stay in the game.
So
it's hard to get out.
Yeah, it is a hard game to get out. But like I said, I'm a nigga with my own sauce, and I'm always pick up and buy things that I like. I will never go to the hype. But I just want to say, man, this wraps up another episode of Sneaker Talking with Paperboy and my first special guest on the show, Dub, aka Set Trip Shorty. I appreciate you coming through and just experiencing this great uprun with me. Because like I said, me, you, John, and the other team players, we're a real team, and it's never about me, it's about we. Ain't no I in team. So I'll always include my team on my come up. So a message to y'all out there: we all on the come up. Never forget where y'all came from, and never forget who helped y'all. Cause you didn't get where you at right now, or where you trying to get by yourself, and that's a fact. I love y'all. Make sure to like and subscribe. Share this. And make sure to come check out True Oakland and True SF. This wraps up another episode of Sneaker Talking with Paperboy. Peace out, shorty.
Peace.